Hey, welcome to Web3 Weekly with your host, Blockstar Technology.
Let's go.
We are coming from, we just finished our Web3 meetup last night. Awesome meetup, as I say so. So, what was the highlight for you guys from the meetup last night? It's our second meetup.
The amount of people that came, I was actually really blown away. We more than doubled from the first one. So that was really impressive, I thought.
And even then it wasn't 50% new people, it was a greater percentage than that, so it was good to see a lot of new faces.
Yeah. And I think so as well. I think it was a great event. We had we made it fun. I think that was I think. Oh, sorry. I'm just checking out people from Twitter. Just in case that we have some people joining us. For the discussion. So all right, cool. So our next meetup, I got the date for that.
Yeah.
Next meetup is on the 8th of November, which is the second Tuesday, because the first Tuesday is the Melbourne Cup. So. Oh yes. So
That's right.
So it's not available. So we're gonna go for the 8th of November. So people, watch out for that one, and we're gonna start publishing that information soon on our website and also on Meetup and Eventbrite as well. Cool, awesome. So now, before we go into our podcast, our weekly podcast, we got another box. So we friends.
You're going to have to describe this very carefully for our listeners that are
of course.
listening.
So
we'll have video.
yeah. So basically, we had the Gary We Friends. So it's the Compete and Collect. So We Friends 2. That NFT. So with that one, from the minting of those NFTs, I received 2 of these Compete and Collect boxes. So we opened one box. When was that one? Maybe about a month, 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Maybe about a month ago. So now we're just opening up the second Compete and Collect card box. This time I don't have to play with the.
Isn't this one like a rare one or something?
Yeah.
No?
So this one is a little bit rarer than the previous one. I got problems at opening boxes. Okay. So it's a orange box. Alrighty.
Might need to move the box out of the way there, Cosy.
Yeah. Okay. Of course. Let's put this on the ground, hey. Alright. It's going to be a little bit wild because I'm not really. Last minute is. Oh, there you go. Alrighty.
So tell us about it, like what?
Yeah. So I can't do 2 things at a time. Sorry. I have to open the box first.
As most of us males can't, Cosy.
For anyone listening and not watching, it appears to be childproof.
Yes.
Alrighty. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we have like 13 packs to open. No, that's the rules. Alright. Pack number 1. Oh, again, this one. Sorry. Alright.
I still expect bubblegum to fall out.
Bubble gonna fall out.
Yeah.
Those were the days when they grew.
Yeah. So nothing crazy here yet.
Are you gonna do that thing where you line them up?
Line them up. I think for some people, when they see these cards, they're gonna start sort of panicking, because I'm sort of opening the packs and just laying them on the table, and for the PSA.
They're not just bubblegum.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, when it comes to opening gift, okay, we got, oh, this one I really like. the Gleeful Sugar Glider because it has Gary's signature on this one, which
Oh yeah.
Is the signature?
yeah,
It's this
all these
little
signature,
bats there.
all these little marks there.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yes, yes.
yeah. So, yes.
Yeah, I saw it. I
Yeah.
want to touch it.
All right. Again, something special. All right.
Oh.
So, oh, there's another one here. So, it says, when you live for the validation, you aren't living. So again, like another one with Gary's signature
Where did you just read that from?
on the top.
Oh.
I think for the Twitter spaces, they're going to be like a little bit, boring. This is like more like a visual thing than a, audio.
But
Oh.
they can switch over and jump onto our Instagram.
Our
We are
Instagram
live on
live?
Instagram
Yeah,
through
that's-
the cameras.
That's a good point. Yes. Alrighty. So here we do have a proactive piranha. So that's
Oh, ooh, shiny.
shiny.
Oh, is that a what? Like, what was the hologram once again?
No, so this is a rare. Sorry, score is 59. So that's like 381 out of 500. So that's a little special.
Yeah, and how you actually play the game, I believe, from watching a few of Gary's podcasts, is you have 4 cards. I have 4 cards. Craig has 4 cards. We shuffle them, flip one from the top, and you can have more than 4 cards, but this was just him
Yep.
opening packs, playing with people for free.
Yep.
And there's a little competition there at one of the big game convention, trading card
Yep.
conventions in the States. And I flip over, I have a 59. Craig flips over, here's a 62. You win that.
So it's the top trump.
Yes.
Top trumps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you take their card.
Yes.
Wow.
That's not supposed to be. It's like compete and collect. So you have to compete and collect cards.
Yeah.
And you don't know what you're gonna flip.
Correct. You just don't know.
So
we
say
play-
if you were playing in real life, it'd be like a
Oh.
whole deck. A whole deck.
I'm like, I want Cozzy to let us play with his stuff, but he doesn't want to. I'm like, can we play? It's like, no.
PSA grading.
PSA grading soon.
Doesn't want to let me touch him because I'm a bit rough with the
Doesn't play well with others.
But again, like this is again a really good use of utility, right? So we spoke about. Oh yes. Oh, this is a really good one. This one I really like. Okay. Okay. So the piranha. Yeah. So here I have the shrewd sheep. Yeah. So this one is the shrewd sheep.
Okay.
So that's good. It's a good pack. We need a few of those.
I love that dog.
Come
Because that
on.
dog
That's so
also got
cute.
the
The signature?
signature.
It's a really cute dog.
Come on, passionate parrot.
That's it. If that happens,
And
I'm gonna
if
just
you
lose it.
and if you Monday.
Yeah. FU Monday Mall.
They're because
Oh,
he's big
hello.
friends. He
Ah, yeah. I thought like the half one is only
Wow.
3. So yeah. And then I have the. Alrighty, come on. We should open that all in one go.
it's always the bottom one that Gary puts the
Yeah,
special ones on.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. Alright.
Oh.
Oh, you got the Eve merge panda.
Station Panda. Which
Station
is a really
Panda.
good effect,
I can relate to that.
Alright, that's what we should call you from now on.
Patient
Asian
panda.
panda. Calm camel.
Is that it?
No, it's not.
Is that actually what?
There you go, Garrett. Some ideas
Yeah.
from Maureen.
Alright. We have another one here, which is Sentimental Salamander.
Oh, that's a cool little one.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Shiny.
Sentimental Salamander. Cool. All right, 2 more to go. A passionate parrot.
What are the really exclusive ones Gary has in these packs? They're like the real holographic.
Yeah, holographic
split
ones.
shiny.
Yeah. All right. Come on.
What's that one there? The planet fuzzy.
The world has plenty of love. Start listening to it. That's the thing I love about this, like very positive messages.
Yeah.
You know, we need more of them.
What was the one you mentioned a minute ago?
No, not that one.
The
Though.
few Monday more.
Yeah, a few Monday
that's
more.
pretty positive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe next one.
Oh, you didn't get the parrot?
I didn't get the parrot. Cool. Alrighty. So the box opening is done. It's pretty cool. So I think I'm going to, the beauty of all this is that it shows the utility that can, as an NFT project, what you can provide your community, right? I mean, that's what, that's what we can learn from all these here. And talking about NFT projects, do you want to talk about our Solaris project? What's that all about? Charlie?
Okay. So Solaris project we created it for the Gold Coast Crypto Convention just before then, and we've bought that project out. And what it does in-house is we're going to build a lot of utility on top of that of different things to do. So it's a lot easier for people coming into the office that they don't really understand like what's a DAO, what's staking, what's da-da-da-da. It's like, well, we're going to build this project and map it out so people can actually visually see, and we can run them through it and be like, hey, it's not just a minting platform. You can include all this extra, and even secondary mints as well, which should be coming soon.
They can get hands on.
They can get hands on and visually see what we offer at Blockstars technology.
And I guess the difference between the Solaris and other projects is that Solaris, you can own that NFT using fiat. You don't need crypto to get involved, right? You can just buy it using your credit card, and you can own the NFT without owning any crypto, any Ethereum, and that. So Solaris is built on Ethereum platform, and it's gonna be our in-house project for pretty much. We are building a community, and we are bringing the community with us using that project. So at this stage, today, what's the date today? Today is the 5th of October. So we are here on the 5th of October. We don't have a Discord channel on it or Twitter. We only have the website. And there's a good reason for that. It's because we want to, when we're using the Solaris project, I mean the NFTs, we call them the OSBots, right? For the Australian bots. That's what it stands for.
Which is solarisosbots.io.
.io.
That's interested in
checking it out. Exactly. And what we're doing is that we want to first of all bring before anyone can buy into it, we just want to bring the community with us and build a local community and use it to showcase our capabilities. So it's not just the coding part, it's not just the solidity part of it, it's also the 3D and the 2D designs as well, because all of that was done in-house. Right? So it's from ground up, from A to Z, everything was done in-house. Cool. Alrighty. So on that note, yes, Tom.
On one note, anyone out there listening, passionate parrot, get in contact with Cozzy for Blockstars.
Yes, please. I love it. Alrighty. So let's move on to today's podcast. I am, really excited for this podcast because we are changing a little bit from being a more specific on a subject to, we're going to talk about what's been happening recently in the crypto space, right? The crypto, NFT, and blockchain space.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to talk about today. So basically, I would start up the podcast today talking about the MasterCard, right? So MasterCard realized there is so much potential in this space, right? Like $1 trillion, even though the crypto is in the bear market, the upside of crypto is long term. It's going to go up and down like everything.
Yeah.
But the long term is definitely, definitely there's a good potential there. So that's why MasterCard, got into it, seeing opportunity, right? So
I don't know at this point that the value of the crypto is going to have that big an impact. If you have, and I'm just going to make numbers up here to keep it easy. If you've got 1 million people that hold a particular type of cryptocurrency, whether each individual unit of that is worth $1 or $100,000, there's still 1 million people with a cryptocurrency.
yes,
They're going to want to be able to spend it, regardless. So I don't think the value of the cryptocurrency has much impact on it. It's obviously becomes a big deal with what they've done and why you'd want to, protect it the way
And
they
I
have.
think you're right, Cosy. MasterCard has actually, I think, really been on the ball when it comes to crypto and investment in blockchain industries. Or I think didn't they purchase the company that does this last year?
Yeah.
So that I think they've had their long game in their sights for quite a while.
So what we're talking about is the protection that they're putting around crypto
Yeah.
transactions. I mean, it's been on a lot of credit cards previously. Most companies do it. They'll flag fraudulent activity, call you up, make sure that it was you, things of that nature, put a stop on the card, that type of thing. Obviously, that's going to be a little bit trickier to do with a cryptocurrency that's peer-to-peer.
Yep.
So, to the best of my knowledge, I believe that what they're doing is they're actually limiting access to particular exchanges and things like that.
So what it means is like the application is called Crypto Secure, and the company is called the Cipher Trace.
I think that's right. That one.
Yeah.
They
So
purchased
Cipher Trace. So they are just like Chainlesses, right? Or Elliptic, like they same
Elliptic,
as that
I
company.
think is out of the UK or London.
No, that's London. Yeah, UK. Yeah,
Elliptic
Elliptic's in the UK.
And
Chainlesses
Chainalysis is out of New York.
New York. Yeah. And these guys are in California, I believe.
Okay, other coast,
So what they're doing is pretty much they're not going to stop. So the Cipher Trace, I believe, they're not going to stop the transactions. All they're doing is they're going to flag it, and it's up to MasterCard to stop it or do what they need to do.
And it comes into knowing your transaction as well with
Yes.
big guys like that, being able to know where those funds have come from outside of their own ecosystem because it's not tied in with banks as such.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, and it'll play into something else that we'll touch on during the podcast as well. And that is, anytime you tend to interact Web3 with something online, you are signing a contract.
Yeah.
And unless you actually look at that contract, 99% of the people out there, even if they looked at the contract, wouldn't know what it did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you need to be careful. Even if you trust the place explicitly, I will still go through periodically and remove access, like as you can do in your wallet. You can go in there and disconnect from sites, so that they don't have access to anything
In
else.
case there's any updates down the track.
It's just one of those things.
And I have not heard about Visa or Amex.
Yeah.
I don't know. Have you guys read anything?
Visa's doing a bit out there as
Little
well
bit of
because,
crypto,
but MasterCard was the one who started, and then Visa's playing we've got to jump into, what I mean? It's before we get left behind. We don't know where this is going to go, so let's just jump on and enjoy the journey.
Yeah. Cool. So
It's good, I guess, to see that at least some form of those protections are coming in for people in this space.
yeah, 100% right. I think this is what it's good for the whole ecosystem.
Yeah.
And I think the more these big brands or the big players who are really getting involved in the crypto space, I think they bring more validation, right? It's not a just what do you call it, Charlie? You call it magic money, the internet money.
Yeah, magic internet money.
Magic internet money. I think.
What's that, Jarvis?
So I think it's going to be a lot more, legitimize it, I guess, right?
Well, bringing it in provides more, I guess, security for people. That can be a little concerned.
Yeah.
So.
And it doesn't mean that shit coins will be like, or that there'll be shit coins and there'll be there'll be some currencies that they will back, but I don't think they will back every single token out there, right?
It'll be maybe top 10, top 5, something like that for them to.
Yeah.
It'll be whichever ones they're accepting or allowing you to spend, I would assume.
And it's also consumer protection, higher market caps, less volatility, less of collapsing. They have big communities behind them and projects. And
At this stage, I think there'd be a very slim chance that it would protect me if I was playing SHIB.
Good on ships. So just talking about these big brands, I want to talk about someone who has a big name in the arts, the digital art scene, Beeple, right? So we just heard that his Discord got hacked.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about why did you say that?
exactly is Discord?
Well,
Yeah.
I think
How do you say?
There's still some conjecture at this stage as to whether it was the Discord that was hacked or whether it was just lax security and part of the setup.
Yeah.
So
Was my house broken into if I left the front door wide open and went away for 2 weeks?
That's a good point. That's a good point, right? I think a lot of people think security comes by default, and it doesn't.
No.
Right? It's like with any software, really. That's with any software. No, like really, there's certain software that you need configuration. It's like like for example, firewall, right? Out of the box, even though the firewall is supposed to protect your internet, just out of the box doesn't, right?
No.
You had to do your
No, they're usually configured one of 2 ways. Either completely closed where nothing will work, or 100% open where everything works.
Everything works.
And then you limit it from there.
Yeah.
So
I think, and it's not the first time. Last year, something similar happened as well with people, and I think all of us need to understand it's the hacks are getting a lot more social engineering.
yeah.
So rather than the software itself, as soon as the humans are involved, there are more chances of manipulation and getting access to.
Blockchain itself is inherently secure. It's the way it's built and designed.
Yeah.
So they have to find creative ways around it.
Creative ways around it. So actually, the Discord is not blockchain. Just
No,
to
it
be
isn't.
Yeah.
But the whole idea behind this breach,
Yeah.
as I'll call it,
Yeah.
was to direct people to a site where they would, again, as we mentioned a minute ago, interact, sign a contract, and that contract you would be giving them permission to empty your wallet. So the end goal was the crypto and blockchain.
Yes.
But they didn't kick the front door down to get in. They snuck around the back, put up a ladder, kicked some tiles across, and came down through the manhole.
Exactly. I mean, so what they're saying is they might have got access through like an admin, maybe because that's what they said. They edited the site links and got the collab.
OpenSea.
Yeah, the OpenSea.
Sent them through, and then they had their own server running that mimicked people's server, and then had the collab land where you connect your wallet and you can get access into certain amounts if you owned a Beeple NFT. So there was value there that they were chasing.
So they found a hole and set up effectively what in Web2 is a phishing site.
Yeah.
That's what they've done.
That's
Replicated the
exactly
site.
that, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't, whether you're in Web 1, Web 2, or Web 3, phishing is still phishing. It
That's
doesn't
right.
matter, right?
Yeah.
And people do play on that FUD and FOMO and all those acronyms out there. I think that's what we have to find out. Like, be careful of anytime we want to get those NFTs. I think seeing so many reading about so many NFT projects, and especially like people, I'm surprised there's only 2 hacks.
Yeah.
Given how popular he is.
High value target.
Super high value, right? And
Yeah.
given that the number of attacks must be in the hundreds, and this what come out, right? And we think like, oh my god, it's not secure. Like you have to also understand how many people must have tried how many ways to get in, and they
Yeah.
only managed to get in twice, like last 2 years.
Yeah.
And we're not even talking about the other Discord channels who got hacked as well, right? So I think more and more people, I think before it used to be like, oh, let's set up a Discord and off we go. But now I think people, when they set up their Discord channel, everyone has to go into more detail on how to configure each channel, each room, what they can do, the roles as well, which roles can perform what actions, right?
Well, it tends to be the entry point for a lot of people that end up at, you know, at the site or the app or the DApp or whatever the case may be. So all they did was just redirect them from going to the legitimate site to their other one. You know, they've effectively just routed the traffic is what they've done, but people-wise.
Yeah, and as it was, Discord was actually built for gaming. It was a gaming platform for people to share, and I remember in the early days, crypto bros had come in and hijacked it, and then with the boom of NFTs, it became the community social event, and it just took off from there.
It's one of those things.
And now you've got Collabland where it plugs in, and you can have special access. And now it's bringing in again that monetary value inside those chat rooms, so they're more prone to getting hacked.
Without getting too deep down the rabbit hole, it's one of those things where on Web2, you know, sure you can run one server if you're just doing something small, but you start sort of, you know, running e-commerce that requires a database and things of that nature, you end up having to separate services just to simply split the load. And that's where Discord came from. So rather than run all the real-time audio communications and everything else through the same server that was providing, you know, the engine for the game, essentially, it was offloaded out to something else so that, you know, you don't drop frame rate and things of that nature, and that's where it came from.
And I think what I noticed was that one of the best thing to do is good practice is like once you create an admin account, don't use an admin account to log into Discord. Just like once you have the root, what do you call the user account, you don't use that to SSH, right? Once you in the security world, right? You create that root account, but you do not log into it. You just keep it as and when you log in. I think that's when you can get exploited.
Or in my terms, you use your seed phrase to set up your MetaMask, but you don't use your seed phrase every time to log in.
100%. I think that's
exactly it.
Your MetaMask password or your face recognition.
So we spoke about social, like, you know, what Discord was made out of, right? You know, just like go to bring like, you know, social and all that, promotions and push everything. So I just want to segue to another recent story that came out. Kim Kardashian, Kimmy K. Kimmy K, what happened there? Let's talk about.
Didn't she get like a huge fine, like 1 million USD or like 1.5 Australian? Yeah. I think she did an advertisement for a crypto and didn't disclose. Didn't disclose to people that she was actually being paid, and that it was an advertisement. Is that right?
But
because you've got to disclose.
Well, but
legally, the SEC requires you to actually tell people that it's not financial advice. She's being paid and how much.
So that it's is that the whole paid promotion thing? Because that's the bit that I'm trying to figure out what it is. Because apparently there was like
she did say like it's not financial advice,
but that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
But where she went wrong is she didn't get paid in the Ethereum Max coin. She took the US dollars. And they're like, hey. But what's funny about that, a little bit off topic, is she's being charged for promoting a security, but they haven't gone after the founder of Ethereum Max, and they haven't classed Ethereum Max as a security yet. So it's like the SEC's just come to Kim Kardashian and gone, you promoted illegal securities because a whole heap of people lost money and now they're mad at you. But gets into that, you know, unknown of how it plays out. Like say you're staking your SHIB and earning money, and
Yeah.
you might not be social influence like Kim Kardashian, not
Not
yet
yet.
anyway, Craig.
Yeah.
Give me another week or two.
And you make a tweet saying, "Oh, I'm earning 10% on my SHIB," and then suddenly you're advertising security or.
So-
But you have to.
But
But
the
he
issue
needs
here-
to be paid for
Yeah.
it.
The
Like
issue
it's a
wasn't-
financial
he's
product.
He's getting paid 10% APY.
No. But the issue here wasn't that she advertised it; was that she didn't disclose that she was being paid
Yes,
to promote
that's
it.
right.
And I'm trying to figure out what that like. Where is the definition or differentiation of that? If she had the words "ad" in there and the text that said this is not financial
I
advice,
think they need to require. I think I was reading the article and the SEC requires you to tell people that it's a financial product that you're being paid to advertise and how much you're getting paid.
so if
to
it was a
advertise.
video, it's a verbal thing that you need to say as part of.
You need to make it clear and obvious
Okay.
that because it's a financial product that you're promoting.
Yeah.
That you're getting paid to promote it and how much you're being paid to promote it.
So they can't just say like do this and read the product disclosure.
No, you can't
No.
do that. Not even in Australia you can do that. You
Yeah.
can't hide things in fine print when it comes to financial products.
So
All the laws have changed. Everything has to be upfront
Yeah.
and clear so as not to mislead people.
Okay.
So if Craig was earning 10% staking SHIB and then made a tweet saying SHIB to $1, because he is getting paid.
Yeah, but I'm not getting paid to promote it.
Yeah, he's not being promoted for the purposes of promoting it.
So then, like, so for example, now if they, so does it mean if they promote a financial product on TV, it says this is a paid promotion or actors, these are like paid actors.
They do have that text.
But they
down
don't
the
do,
bottom.
but do they show the amount that they
No.
paid them?
No, and I guess every country would be different.
Different.
As well
This is in
on
the
those
US,
laws.
right?
This is US.
And
yeah.
does it change depending on the medium that you're using? So obviously,
Yeah,
if
that's
you're
a good
watching
point.
television
Yes.
and an advertisement comes on, you know it's an advertisement. So they're trying to sell or promote something.
Yeah.
Okay. But I think the issue here is that it's a social media platform.
And she made it so blasé, like, oh, my friend just did this. Do you know what I mean? She was
okay.
referring to like, oh, here, guess what my friend just told me about such and such.
Did she
As
name
though-
your friend?
No, but
Oh.
like, I remember I'm pretty sure that's what it said.
Wasn't you?
She
was it,
said
Chubb?
something.
Oh,
Yeah, it was Charlie that told her.
Yeah.
Matt Damon will be next.
Right.
Well, that's a good point actually, Matt Damon.
He's done quite a few.
But it's different though.
And Floyd Mayweather too.
But
Yeah,
that's
Floyd,
different.
they already they got charged.
No, but not Matt Damon because Matt
Floyd
Damon.
Mayweather-
But Matt
Mayweather.
Damon.
Promoted it on TV.
No, he promoted the exchange, not the currency.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
he can't get done for that,
Because it's not a security.
right? So that's why him, Tom Brady, right? They can't get done because they promote the exchange.
There's one I think that Keeper Sutherland is doing at the moment as well.
Is it
Yep.
24 hours? He did the 24, isn't it?
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
that's the guy, but it's I can't remember the name, but that's how much
Yeah.
I pay attention to advertising.
Yeah.
But it's like trading with a plus or something. It's whatever it is, but he's doing one at the moment as well. But I think that's the actual platform, not the currency itself.
Yeah, I think that's the difference. I think that's what I would, I was going to, talk about that, like, so there must be a way that they're going to, I guess they can't, do anything with Matt Damon and Tom Brady, people like that, because they're exchanging rather than as security.
Matt Damon has advertised
Crypto.com though.
cryptocurrencies in the past. He's done quite a few.
Is it? I can't
You
remember
can,
that.
you're allowed to advertise for them so long as you disclose that it's a paid promotion.
You have to look at it. But then at the end of the day, still the weird thing is that the six charged Kim Kardashian for promoting a security, but then Ethereum Max, not that I would buy it ever, is not classed as a security.
It's not that it's
Is not buying it, is that financial advice?
It doesn't matter though, you can't
No.
even
it's
though
not
you-
it's not that it's a security, it's because it's a financial product.
Yeah.
That's why it's a financial product and you can disclose. Not necessarily that it's a security, it's a financial product.
I was just going to mention that none of us here are getting paid to promote any of these things, but well, I can say that I'm not getting paid to promote any of these things. I have no idea what your deal is, Charles.
I'm not getting paid at all. Yeah.
Cool. Can you guys give me 2 seconds? What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this Twitter space on our LinkedIn account, LinkedIn post.
I'm going to look more into what is classed as a financial product now.
And it's not illegal to advertise them, as Maureen was saying.
Oh, you just need to be open.
Yeah,
Well, you
you
need to
just have to
disclose
disclose.
that you
That's
are.
it. Yeah.
But it's been rampant in crypto YouTube for many years of these
But
big
then-
YouTubers getting paid in tokens, and then they advertise them, and then they sell them all, and you know.
But
they
then
end
the
up
SEC's
bringing
come down heavily on them because
Yeah.
that's essentially like, inside trader, like to hype something up and then for your own personal gain without disclosing. And that's exactly why they have those laws, because if you are influential in any way or people are listening to you and what you say for whatever reason, if you hype something up and you are going to gain from it, you have to disclose that you're getting a gain from it, just to be fair and reasonable.
So my next question then is, so would that, I mean, it might not have mattered in this circumstance, but as you said, and I wasn't aware of the method of payment, but you're saying that it was in USD, not even in the crypto that she was promoting.
Well, yeah, she would.
So would that have looked or been worse if you were paid in the crypto and you were hyping it to try and increase the value of that crypto?
No, I don't think it really matters
I don't
because
think it
her
matters to the
hyping
SEC,
it would
but-
still increase the value of it. Whether
Yeah,
you're getting
But she didn't own any necessarily. She was paid in USD.
to increase the value of it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So would it look worse if she
No.
actually got paid in that and was trying to hype the value to therefore?
I think it looks worse, especially if you see the on-chain transaction of her selling it a day
After it's been hyped. Yeah, but that's exactly right.
You know,
Yeah.
it's.
I-
very
I-
unnecessary.
it was just a thought that popped in my head. I wonder if that's why the payment was in, say, a USD rather than the crypto that was being promoted.
Probably because she wouldn't have taken it. What would she have done with Ethereum, Max?
But I think this will open up few more lawsuits for other celebrities.
Well,
as
this
well,
was a
right?
fine. It wasn't a lawsuit.
It's
It's
so it's a
from the
fine.
SEC.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
let me correct myself. That's right. That's so true. And I think,
Yeah.
look, even though it's a negative thing for Kimi K, but I think it's a positive for the whole, like for the retail, for the mums and pops out there who are like social, following the celebrities, influencers,
Yeah.
thinking that they know what they're talking about. They don't. They just repeat what's been asking. Not everyone knows about it.
Do you know what it is? It's they should actually follow the tenets of blockchain where it needs to be transparent,
Yeah.
and that's what didn't happen.
That's a good point, 100%, right? And there's no transparency.
No.
People they trusted rather than being verified.
Yeah,
Is that the right deal?
That's exactly what it is.
You know.
Yeah.
Cool, awesome. So, we spoke about quite a few things, and with regards to I want to just keep on this security side of things. And
Yeah.
another thing that came out was how this hacker hacked into scammers' websites
Yeah.
and stole funds. Now, if you want to talk about
I-
that, they didn't
I
steal
think that's
the.
great.
Right?
Like,
But no,
No,
it's
it's
not
not.
though. When you
What?
read about it, it makes sense. But when you read into it, it's different.
Yeah.
Ah.
At face value, you're thinking, if somebody's like just mugged the mugger, for example.
yeah.
Great, he deserved it. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean that the end mugger deserved the money, but that guy. But no,
The original
what
people
this
didn't get
was
their money back.
was scam and or phishing type sites that we're talking
Yeah.
about, and that was taking money from ordinary users, people, customers, whatever we want to call them, the general populace, and then because I guess their primary motive is to get that money, there was again lax security,
Yes.
just like we spoke about
100%.
with the Discord, because I don't really care about the security of the site, they just want to get your crypto. So then hackers come in over top of them, use JavaScript and cross-site scripting. I think there was
Yes.
some JavaScript injected in through base 64 instead of an image that then loaded a file from somewhere else to
Yeah.
get it. So again, they've crawled through, the dog door, gone up into the roof and dropped down into the safe room and that sort of stuff to do this. But their objective was still to take the money from the end users, not from the scammers.
Not from the scammers.
So they just, like, if you were getting mugged, it'd be like somebody jumping in front and mugging you before I could.
Yeah.
That's what they did. So like I said, at face value, it looked like, it was,
Yeah.
them getting their just rewards, but that wasn't the
But
case.
that wasn't the
That'd
case.
be so cool if they were though.
Yeah, but-
Imagine
but-
scammers like finding
Yeah.
someone that's hacked all these people and scam them and then just stealing that money. Like, how would you feel?
They done a Robin Hood and robbed
Yeah.
the scammers and gave back to the people that got scammed.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think any of it went back.
I don't
though.
think anyone. That's the thing. Like,
But
it
the
sounds.
would be cool.
Even though a scammer got scammed,
Yeah.
ultimately the best thing would be he's giving back that funds back to the people who deserve it.
I still
you
think
know?
it's
It'll
funny
go
that the
beyond
scammer
that.
got scammed though. I know it's not good for the
Yeah.
end user, but like
Yeah.
imagine being that scammer that got scammed scamming people.
100%. Right? And that's what there's a whole.
Who would they complain to?
Exactly.
Oh, that would be one of those funny, like, Twitter threads or something.
Hello, Ethereum support.
So this guy just hacked my website. What website's this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So there are. So whether it's Web 2 or Web 3, it still doesn't matter because there's still a Web 2 element to it, which is that's how you're going to connect your wallet into the Web 2 before it becomes Web 3.
And as horrible as this sounds, if you're a legitimate business, if you're people, if you're anyone, security is important. Even if you're a scammer, security is important.
It's important. 100%.
Yeah.
Right? And I think it's super important to for people to understand that there's still, even with whatever we do, even with the website, it's nothing to do with the blockchain. I think the thing is going to be like when people read about this, they think like, it's the blockchain is a scam, got hacked.
No.
Or it's nothing to do
Not
with
at
that.
all.
It's well above that layer.
I've had
Yeah.
that a couple of times from friends.
This year, and are they still your friends?
Old
Old friends, old
Big
friends.
Exchange got hacked.
That's
Calm
right.
down.
And I guess the lesson there is no matter how clever, sneaky you think you are,
Yeah,
there's going to be somebody out there that's
always
more
smarter than
clever
you.
and more sneaky.
Yeah.
So beware.
Yeah. So on a bit of a hacking and negative, I would like to go to something which makes me happy. Sega.
Sega.
That's right.
Sega NFT.
Sega. Sega or Sega? Is it Nike or Nike Porsche? Or,
No, well, it's Nike, not Nike.
yeah,
It's Porsche, not Porsche.
not Porsche.
That's named after Ferdinand Porsche.
Yeah, Linux
Yeah,
or Linus.
It's Linux because that's how Linus Torvalds.
Potato, potato.
That's actually he pronounced it.
Yeah, so it's not pronounced the same as his name.
His
It's,
name?
It's actually Linux.
Yeah, exactly. So
It's
Sega
like,
or
It's
Sega?
like GIF, not GIF.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's debatable.
No, it isn't.
It is
No, it
debatable,
isn't.
right?
Don't start.
Okay.
So where are you
but-
at with the Sega?
Sega or Sega. That one, honestly, which is quite odd for me. I don't have a preference. I don't care.
Oh, he doesn't have a preference. He doesn't have a
I'll
preference. You
on that
guys
one.
choose. You guys
Found
choose.
one.
No, honestly. I think
He
it depends
doesn't
whether you
have
went
a
to
preference.
Harvard or Oxford as to whether you say Sega.
Oh, that's a good point actually. So they've been working on this so-called super game, right? And they think it's like they're putting like a 5-year plan, and they've been working on it. I think they came up on about April this year,
Yeah.
and so part of that they think is going to be like external things a bit of an NFT element to it.
They haven't said what the game is, though,
Yes,
have they?
no, they haven't. I think they'll be connect.
They've partnered with Double Jump Tokyo, which
Yeah.
is a blockchain development
Yeah.
GameFi system in Japan. So they're building that together, and they work in art collectibles and tokens. So
I'm a little torn with this one. I think it's a good thing overall,
Yeah.
but the bit that I'm torn with is I want to see anything that's to do with Web3 and blockchain. Like, I mean, you look at your crypto punks and things like that.
My CryptoPunks. I don't have any CryptoPunks. Not yet.
Are you sure? Can we check our wallet? I think we need to check our wallet. But no, I'm just talking about like
Yes.
the quality of the graphics. And I'm not saying that, and by that, please don't take it the wrong way. It's not that it's not art
Yes.
and still good, but so much of it's blocky and things of that nature. And then I would like to see that advance because I think that will encourage a lot more
Yeah.
involvement and things of that nature. But when you're talking Sega,
Yes.
I'm kind of hoping it's something retro. Do you,
Yeah.
know, do you know what I mean? Like, it just, takes me back to the late 80s, early 90s. Sega where they had like the old driving games and things like that, and it was all pixelated. And I'm just
Isn't it based on a game they already play in Japan though, where you collect physical cards, and those are the cards that normally you take and you play in the arena or whatever.
That's what.
And then it's like an NFT, like on the blockchain, where you trade them and you have your ownership and stuff.
That's what the development companies already got, but have Sega have partnered with, and they haven't released much on Sega yet to
right.
see what will come out. But yeah, all the old retro games, that'd be pretty cool.
well, and would kind of fit in with the type of stuff that's on the blockchain now and a lot of the NFTs that are around.
I think when they mentioned about the super game, obviously they must be talking about bringing in few games, maybe characters from it. I mean, it's all about
Well, it could be maybe there's a Sonic in there, and you start thinking
you
of
start
Sega
thinking
characters,
like all the
and
characters,
stuff,
right?
yeah.
I mean, when we spoke to Illuvium Andrew, right? He mentioned like, okay, what they're going to reserve, they're going to bring their games together so that NFTs can cross over, right? That digital asset can cross over.
Good thought. I think it's going to be a Sega version of like the Avengers.
Yes, the universe. Oh my god.
I just hope they do it well, where it's not a high barrier to entry. Free to play. As you level up, you can earn, and then you can sell those or trade, so everyone can be involved.
Yeah,
I think, and then also, given that it's a game first, they're going to like the heritage be from gaming, right?
Yeah.
So it will be a AAA game they're going to work on, and then like just like everything, like the new ones, the people how we're thinking new at the moment. It's like digital asset, the NFT element becomes secondary, not the primary, right?
And that appears to be the big, I guess, difference, and then why you've got two camps as far as NFT and gaming goes, because the current or existing gamers are like, no, don't NFT it. We don't want to have to pay for this stuff.
Yes.
And I would agree. If you've gone out and purchased the game, you own the game.
Yeah.
But if you've invested, X amount of hours in it or something of that nature, like we said previously, I've played with people who, spend 30 minutes playing, but 2 hours getting dressed for the game. The game, it has to be this hat and that thing and that type of gun and whatever else. But if you are that invested into it, then, or you've completed X amount of hours or done some mission to get some special item, then that item should be yours. And I think that's where the NFTs come in.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So talking about NFTs, I love to talk about all about NFTs, right? I just love NFTs. I don't know why. It just the more I talk about it, the more I get hooked into it. And Logan Paul.
Oh,
come on, Charlie. What's going on with
greatest investor of all time? He'd give Warren Buffett a run for his money.
Oh, I reckon I can give him a run.
So recently he's made a tweet of his, he bought an NFT, one force from Azuki.
Yeah.
He paid for, it's like a bumblebee, like the Transformer.
Oh, okay, I was about to ask what the
bumblebee one.
Yeah.
And he paid 635k, I believe, USD. And he said the value of it now is $10. Which it's not. The floor price there is a few $100.
A few hundred,
I went to go place a bid on his NFT and be like,
exactly, right?
Not casting aspersions or anything else. Just separate, unrelated question. When is tax time in the US?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, okay.
So
well, I'm just asking for a friend is what I'm doing.
April, because historically, just after April, there's always a good run in the market.
Right.
Historically.
But it's just something, I guess, to consider. If you have something that's worth over $500,000 US.
Yeah, you can.
Tax laws cover you out. Like, I don't know how long he's owned it or what the deal is. I know nothing of tax laws.
Well, he has to sell.
I just think
Is
it's
it
funny
financial advice?
that somebody has now. Was it him or somebody else that now valued it at $10?
He did.
He did.
Okay.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah. He sent the tweet out.
I don't even know if they have
Yeah.
anything like capital gains tax, but if you did,
So Logan, if you're
Might be
listening,
worthwhile.
happy to take it off your hands for $10. I'll give you 12, even 15.
I got 20.
Save yourself a whole bunch of tax this year. But he's
What made
actually,
him decide that it was $10?
that's what I'm wondering.
Like,
yeah.
based
was
on
it him or
what?
somebody else that decided?
It was him who said it, but the floor price is a few hundred, and he
Yeah.
owns one of the rare ones, so it's probably,
Okay.
worth.
Yeah.
So where did that statement come from though?
So that's from
From
him.
himself.
Yeah, but
himself,
like,
he
what
said
made him say if he paid 623,000
Tax time.
Yeah.
and then to turn around and say, but is that a risk that comes with NFTs? Can you suddenly?
That's a good point, actually.
He's
Let's
actually
talk about that a
moved.
little bit.
Yeah, like what? Explain it to me.
Okay.
I'm not fully across it as much as you guys,
He
but
actually
I.
doesn't live in America anymore. He moved for tax reasons. I forget the country
okay.
exactly, but it's just.
Did he leave his
outside of
NFT in America?
It's just outside of Miami that a lot of young
But-
people have moved to.
I think to answer
For
your
better
question,
tax
Yeah.
like
purposes.
any asset,
Yeah.
its value is only what somebody else is willing to pay for it.
Okay. So like, even from the sounds of it with you
Puerto
guys,
Rico. He's in Puerto Rico. That's
Puerto Rico, that's the one.
The quick
just-
search.
look
Thank
at
you,
how
Google.
look at how many people
Puerto
would
Rico.
buy it off his hands for more than $10. So
Just
where's
because
that
he owned
value?
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But is that because it was owned by him?
I think so.
Well, then why else would it be? Like, why? What would make him
Yeah.
say $10?
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah.
You know,
You'll have to ask him more.
Well, can we get him on the phone, please?
Yeah, let's get his number online. Google, hey, what's I don't think you get there. But I think just circle back to what Maureen just put the question, like how do you? What's the NFT? What's worth? Like what's the floor price? Someone even the crypto convention they ask like, oh, what is the floor price of Solaris? I'm like, well, I don't know. Nothing's been sold yet. I mean, like everyone's still looking for that, even though we say like, oh, it's utility, because people can't see getting value 3 months, 6 months, 1 year down the line. I think majority of the people, they want to see value straight away, and it makes them feel good. I'm holding something valuable, right? I think that's what some people, it makes them feel good. Other things like flipping, there's always a place for that as well, right? So there are two markets. One are collectors, other ones are flippers. Transactional, right? It's same with the cars. Like the whole thing about classic cars. When you go to these classic car auctions, they say like, "Oh, I sold that car for 5,000 in the 80s. Actually, I kept it now, and it's worth like $500,000. I mean, like who keeps it? I don't know. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. $500,000, right? No, not yet.
It's about $10 is all.
I thought you said 10 million.
Just $10.
It was 623,000,
But now it's
now
only
it's
$10. Yeah.
now it's $10.
Yeah.
I'll buy it off you, Craig.
And that's
It's on
because
your ass.
I owned it. So
So that's what it is. I think with the whole NFT market, the whole NFT space, there's still lot of uncertainties and a lot of everything driven. Anyone even sneeze, the market changes, right?
Buy it if you like it.
Yeah.
Or if you flip it, you've got to take the risks. So.
100%, right? And I think the advice there is please get into the NFTs because you believe in the cause, the community, or the founder.
it's about
that
doing
reason.
your research again.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
DYOR, right?
Yeah.
Do
That's
your
the
own
one.
research, right? And I think it's important to put that out. So
Look, Gary V, classic example. You
yeah,
know,
blue chip, baby.
get one of those,
Yeah.
but if it's something that I produced and went, I'll just sell 100 of
Yeah.
those, and there's no utility,
Yeah, and then there's no value.
there's
It's
no value
worthless.
whatsoever,
Yeah.
regardless of the rarity or the
Right.
quality of the art.
I'd buy
Yeah,
your NFT, Craig.
of course you would.
Alrighty, so from there, I would like to jump to our last point here.
Yep.
Before we finish off, is sand. So sand has got some good news.
Well, we should probably start by explaining what sand is.
What is sand? In the beach? On the
So
beach?
it's the native token for Sandbox Metaverse, which I'm quite surprised Binance is only just listing it now.
Yeah, that's so
after
weird.
all
I
this
thought I
time.
bought it in Binance. Oh, like
Obviously not.
no, obviously not. But I thought like that's
Was that a paid promotion?
no, it's not. And I definitely bought it before it went down. Trust me. So don't take advice from me. But I thought I had gotten it on Binance. It
must have
stops
been
me.
CoinSpot. I know CoinSpot's had it for a while there. They had
Yeah, and
quite
that
a few
seems weird
metaverse
in
lands.
itself.
Yeah.
That CoinSpot
Yeah.
would have it and Binance wouldn't.
Bitfinex had. I'm pretty sure Bitfinex had sand.
Yeah.
So was there something that changed recently that?
Yeah, to
They might have just applied to get listed on Binance and had the funds there
So it's not
after
like
the
it was
run to.
Binance that just decided to do it.
Yeah.
Was,
Sometimes they do, but sometimes most of the time it goes the other way. When
normally-
it applies to the exchange, and
Yeah, okay.
normally there's a large fee to get listed, so you know people choose.
so if you look at that from the other way, would there be any reason that they wouldn't have applied?
I would have they just like kept it so the thing like they know that if rather than going with every single exchange,
Yeah.
they would like every time if you start building that thing and every time we list it on another new exchange or another
you get
exchange,
news and it goes up.
it goes up, it pumps.
Oh, so maybe wait until it's
It
at a
could be
point
wait and then go to the next one.
So
Go to the next one.
because this is the
Many
biggest
reasons.
one, is it
Biggest,
not?
pretty much it is, right? It's the biggest, I would say.
Biggest
Yeah.
exchange.
Biggest exchange and how much? I wonder how much. What was the?
It's not
I think it was
that,
8 cents.
Yeah.
8
Yeah, that's
US
what you
cents,
were-
I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
is what it started at.
I'll take a look.
But yeah, it's about
Yeah.
time. About time that one got listed on there. I was
Yeah.
quite surprised. But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Binance, they just keep building,
Yeah.
keep adding,
Yeah.
allow people to trade what they want, and they have to do their own research when you jump on Binance because
Yeah.
there's many tokens
yeah.
Yeah.
on there.
It's good, I mean, like, when I say good, why I say good? I would say because Sandbox now really getting into quite a few areas, right? They're building like all these metaverses, and I think it's like a lot more. I would say Sandbox and Decentraland, right? To
And
make
it's also good for the users because they get that added liquidity as well to buy and sell. So.
Yeah, not just out of liquidity, but I think because this is like one of the largest exchange, it's therefore got the most amount of customers. And how many customers would be on Binance that are maybe interested in Sandbox and purchasing Sand, but aren't willing to go to a whole separate exchange to sign up to do it? You know,
yeah. So that's good.
I think it'll be good for them.
Yeah. Cool. All right, guys. On that note, shall we call it a day? Cool. All right. I think that's a yes then. So, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in to our 7th podcast. And I can't believe this is our 7th podcast, and it's just crazy. The time just
Neither could I.
flew, right? It's just crazy. So, one thing we would love to have is like, please send us your reviews, your comments. We would love to hear, and what you want us to talk about in our next podcast, because there's plenty of things going on in this, in this industry, in this vertical. And it's so good to get participation from the audience as well, because I'd say like we don't have all the answers, or even keeping up with what's going on in the industry. So we're going to try our best to bring information to you guys. So
It's a good learning experience for us too, because
100%.
you've got to ask a question
Yeah.
Yes.
on a particular topic.
yeah,
I might not know anything about it.
exactly.
Time to go learn.
And
Yeah.
that's all it is. So we want to make sure that, and that's the whole reason behind the Web3 enthusiast meetup that's happening down in Gold Coast, in Australia, by the way. It's a monthly meetup, and we really would love to bring in business leaders or anyone who wants to learn about, blockchain. It's more like meeting other people in the blockchain space, Web3 space, right? And exchange ideas, knowledge. I think that's super important in early days. And one of the things I was looking at, talking to someone last night, was that, in about 10 years, when you look back, and it's like, why are we trying to teach people how to use internet?
Yeah.
You know what I
That's
mean?
exactly
It's
right.
going to be something like that. It's going to be look so, so weird. But at the moment, it's needed. So no one is missing out on anything at the moment. So please join in, get involved, and wag me. We're all gonna make it.
You're gonna have to ask for that.
All right. We are all going to make it.
Craig had a real look just after you said Wegby.
Oh, I heard that wrong. I was trying to figure out what he just said. I get it now. Okay.
All right.
Well,
Okay. On that note,
We should probably go.
yeah.
thank you guys. Thank you, Twitter Nation. We'll see you next week. See ya.
Bye.
Bye. That is.
Wag me?
Craig,
Wag me? Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Same time, same place.
Subscribe.